Conversation right now about, Gen Z amongst older professionals is that Gen Z are horrible employees.
Hear about Gen Z workers. Tardiness. They could be tardy, but it's the attitude.
How y'all gonna get mad at us when we realize even if you work yourself to the top, they will still fire us. They don't give a
People that work at this theater are Gen Zs. Are these barbecue wings? And he's just like, I don't know. How would I know?
Get very emotional when any type of discomfort presents itself and you call out sick all the time, you're fired.
Y'all say Gen Z doesn't want to work. Why would we want to? Y'all have had these jobs and y'all are miserable. We see how y'all are 20, 30 years later. I'm not gonna lie. I don't even blame OnlyFans models anymore. Cause here's a hot topic. Y'all say don't do OnlyFans cause then as a woman you won't get any respect. Bro, it doesn't matter what field. Women don't get respect anywhere in any field. As somebody like myself, I worked in sales and marketing for over 5 years now. I've had the experience since college, so I can have experience under my belt when I graduate. And the way that men in the company try to really try my intelligence, and it's not just the men, I'm not dragging men, I'm not a man hater, I know how y'all act. It's also older women as well. The older generations, the way that they do not respect young people in the workplace, especially Gen Z. I know Gen Z relates to this. Because let's be honest, the amount of hatred that Gen Z gets in the workplace is crazy. Y'all say Gen Z doesn't want to work. They don't want to, get their hands dirty. Why would we want to? Y'all have had these jobs and y'all are miserable. We see how y'all are 20, 30 years later. Do you think we want to be like y'all? And on top of that, your job back in the 90s could have paid for a new house, could have paid for vacations, could have paid for new cars. You could have paid all of that. Also, most likely on one income. Only one parent needed to work for all of that to be paid. Now, it's both people making income and they can even barely make rent. It's come on.
With all of that being said, I think a lot of you people that are in Gen Z should start doing YouTube, right? You have a lot to say. You're saying it on TikTok. Do TikTok. Don't go on to work any longer. But that's what we're going to have here. Gen Z, entitled people, talking, but not walking. Talking, but not doing the work. Right? Because that's what talking and not walking is doing. This. Why are you mentioning older people being able to work for less? Things go up. The world is not supposed to kiss your butt. This is why they don't want to hire them. Take a look at this.
You hear about Gen Z workers. Tardiness. They could be tardy, but it's the attitude about it more so okay, well, I'm here, so let's get started. That actually happened to me recently. And I went, but I still need to end at the same time. And they actually said, well, if you'd stop talking about it, we could get started. Oh, no, you didn't. There's the lack of eye contact, uncomfortable on the phone. And I'm sure you've heard of the Gen Z stare. Small talk. You don't like to waste a lot of time on chit chat. So let's just get to the point.
So it's a lot of social kind of cues, and that's what it seems like.
Yes. And that's what I focus on. And really across the generations, I think the pandemic, even the people who had the social cues and the social skills kind of lost them, because we could, even when we did virtual meetings, we could just disappear for a moment, pet our cat or scratch ourselves, and then come back on. I think a lot of employers are afraid, hesitant to bring up some topics for fear of the sensitivity that Gen Zers tend to have. I had one manager said, I don't want my employee wearing a piercing. How do I tell them? And it's well,
Wow.
What's your code of conduct say? What's your policies and procedures manual that they signed say? It says no piercings on the ear, on the face. And I said, well, then you need to enforce it. But she goes, I'm afraid. I don't know how they're going to react. So a lot of employers are afraid of you, Gen Zers. Wow.
Sending an email
Wow.
to a superior with LOLK is one of very, very many issues that we're having.
Well, the clients love me for it.
The clients aren't your friends, and regardless of their personal opinion, it's unprofessional from our company.
Well, maybe you just don't understand our generation. That's not my issue.
Is her manager overreacting?
And why is no one talking about the fact that no one in the entire world is going to hate you more than a woman that is intimidated by your appearance and your intelligence in the work field? Over the course of the last year, this has happened to me, several settings, several scenarios. I just want to do my job. I just want to be your friend. Like,
Friend?
some of the best experiences I had at work was when I was younger and people were a lot more friendlier, a lot more inviting. Now that it's like I turned 25 and every room I walk into, immediately not liked, immediately hated. I will never understand it because it's like, I'm not mean. I want to be so nice to people.
Why do you want to be nice to everyone? Nice just for being nice doesn't cut it. It doesn't get you paid.
And learn all the great things you have to offer because they've been doing some of these things for a really long time and they probably have a plethora of knowledge. Ew. They don't want me. They do not want me. And it is so mind-boggling to me because, like, I'm just a 25-year-old teenager.
Call a search party because these TikToks are lost in Delulu land.
Why are you scared of me? Why do you hate me? I will never understand it.
She just said a 25-year-old teenager. Gen Z is cooked.
But you know what? We persevere. And I have a lot of trust issues now. And I don't want to be a meanie. But why is it always the ladies that have the black eyeliner running down their face? Is that why you're mad? I don't know.
Man, she shouldn't have said that. Like, you're saying this, and these ladies, your job is going to search you out, find this video, and say, Melissa, kick her to the can right away. You know that's coming, right? Do you know they can see your Gen Z, especially the ladies, are cooked. Well, the guys are too. They're wearing piercings, huh? Might not, never, but that's accepted nowadays. Accept all, right? They got the new pronouns they're saying everywhere nowadays. I guess this is the result of that, right?
Lazy girl jobs. That is the name of the latest Gen Z career trend that's going viral on TikTok. The movement opts for low-stress jobs that favor more work-life balance. It's a trend and quite a popular one on TikTok.
Lazy girl
where
job.
a life coach, it started with a 20-something life coach, so self-described. I saw this and probably, my head did not explode the way Joe's might have, but I issue with this. Yeah, well, it's more of what I've been hearing, which is this. For me, it wasn't so much the word lazy. I think that they don't want to be lazy so much as what I generally experience from Gen Z, which is this strong desire to avoid anxiety at any cost. What the phenomenon is this overwhelming desire.
You can tell right away when they said work-life balance. They want to enjoy life too much. It's like so much enjoyment. And I come from the days where you worked hard. Yes, I was taught by the boomers. Yes, I was taught by the Gen X. But it got me through life. Gen Z is doomed. Come on now. Broke life balance, lazy girl jobs.
To not feel discomfort, and that includes in your career. I know, you call it anxiety. Could it just be adulthood? But this is the general zeitgeist around everything that makes you vaguely uncomfortable allows you to say, I have anxiety. Remember, in Barbie, the first human emotion that Barbie feels, I don't know if you've seen it yet, highly recommend, the first human emotion Barbie feels is anxiety. She is walking and becoming a human, and she says, I feel fear with no object. And somebody pops up behind her and says, that's just anxiety. Don't worry. We all have it. And it's like, do we all have it? Well, maybe. We've made it too easy for these kids their whole lives.
Too easy.
Not let them feel any of this. Well,
see, that's the issue. Everything is too easy. You know what? Where's David Goggins when you need him? Stay hard.
Stay hard.
Seriously.
Get off that. Stay hard.
I listen to that every morning when I'm downstairs running on a basketball court trying to burn my 1,000 calories.
Go back in your mind and figure it out. Stay hard.
I got a new thing I started. Burn 1,000 calories every day. Seriously. I woke up today 2:45 in the morning. I'm out there 2:45 running around the basketball court with my push-up bars. I'll show you guys. I'm not lying. Hold on. I got my push-up bars, my 2 push-up bars. So I'll spin around the basketball court, hit my push-up bars, and then by my basketball court, they had pull-up bars, right? So then I'll go jump on the pull-up bars. I'll go do 5 pull-ups, then run around the court some more, go back, do some push-ups, go do 5 pull-ups the other way. So I'm hitting this part, this muscle, and then I'm hitting my back. Yeah, staying hard. What's wrong with this generation?
I wish it wasn't true, but when I was speaking to Dr. Jen Psatsky, who's the psychiatrist, I said, how did this happen? And she said, well, think about the parenting. And we try to keep them from feeling terrible, bad things. And then what happens is they get no practice with anxiety. And anxiety is something that when you've done it a few times, you think, oh, it doesn't kill me. I can go on. I can do hard things. But what you get is a bunch of 20-somethings who have never really had to make hard decisions or do very hard things. And then when they start to feel it, they're like, ow, ow, I want to run away.
And I feel like the main reason why we have it so hard in the work life when it comes to the newer generation is because the parents are just getting younger and younger. And hear me out, I'm not bashing anybody because I was a teen mom myself, but my generation, I'm 33 years old. So my generation of parents, I feel like most of the people that I knew that I went to school with, parents were older. So it's like our parents did not play the way these younger generation parents play around. Like, social media wasn't a thing, so they wasn't worried about being embarrassed. Like, whatever rules they had in the schoolhouse, like, if you had to have a skirt to your knee, then the skirt had to be to your knee. Like, if you couldn't wear a hat or a hoodie, then you just couldn't. If you couldn't wear a crop top, like, our parents were not about to be in there arguing with them people about what we should or shouldn't be able to wear. Whatever they said we had to wear, like, it is what it is. We just go on and we're gonna take our ass to school and we're gonna call it a day. Like, they don't care. If they said we had to wear a damn robe and a cape to school and that's all we could wear, our parents was gonna go buy that damn robe and that cape and send our ass to school. They was not about to be in there arguing with those people about the rules.
Yep.
And like, it was so strict when I was in school. Like, I remember we couldn't even chew gum. You get caught chewing gum, baby, the teacher see you chewing too many times, they gonna make you. And let me get a note home talking about, oh, I was chewing gum in class, I got caught 2 times. My mom was beating my ass. Like, she didn't care. Don't go playing around at them people's school. That's their rules. You're going to follow it. And I feel like the new generation, like the parents are so young and they live their life based off of social media. So they worry about their kids being bullied on social media. They worry about their kids being embarrassed. They worry about somebody posting something, making them look like a fool, making them seem like they broke. So it's like they want to have their kids in a high-end fashion. They want these kids to have on wigs, lace fronts. They want them to have the best clothes, the best shoes, the best hair. They arguing why they can't wear a crop top, why their skirt got to be down to their knees. And so, like, the kids, the new generation are so used to getting their way because, like, their parents are already arguing with the people at schools. And the schools, like, they don't want to go back and forth, so they changed it. Now they letting the kids wear hats in school. Now they letting them wear crop tops. They letting them wear skirts right up under their butt cheeks. Like, they don't want to go back and forth with the parents. Our parents didn't do that. And so then they get in the work life, and it's like they are not used to following rules. When you get people that 18, they are 18 and they are 19 years old, they are not used to following rules. They are used to their parents going back and forth with their teachers. They are used to having it their way. So now you get to a job and you got safety policy, you got the point system. They want to argue back and forth. They want to get mad when they got to follow the safety policy. They want to get mad when they got to follow the point system. They want to get mad, why I got a point? I only came in 3 minutes late. It don't matter, late is late. Like, when I started working at 18, 19, I never argued with them people about their rules at no job because I was not used to it. I was already used to following the rules at work. Like, my parents did not play that. But it's getting worse because, like, the parents are getting younger and everybody live their life based off of social media. And it's like, I get it, don't get me wrong, because, you got bullying, like, you can bully somebody at school and they can post one little thing and it go worldwide. Now you got your child, these kids that want to commit suicide. So I get it, but I'm just making a point. Like, that's really the reason why it's so hard to work with young people now in the workforce. But anyways, yeah, what y'all think about that? Let me know.
Yeah. But I think it's horrible. I think these kids need to grow up here. You know, man. Let me move on.
Important videos I think I've ever made. Because what I have done is I have taken this manager, she might be a former manager at this point, her video, which is over 6 minutes in length, and I have broken it apart. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to show the parallels between what she saw as a manager in corporate and how it directly reflects and mirrors what your teachers are seeing in the classroom.
And you know, and you see it. You see teachers are quitting now because of the kids. So Gen Z was bad. You know what generation the kids are dealing with? Gen Alpha. You're gonna have Gen Z leading in Gen Alpha. The kids that are extra coddled, right? Coddled since birth. You know, iPad kids. Now you got phone, iPad, and AI kids in Gen Alpha, right? What's the generation after that? I think it's Gen Alpha. So yeah, those kids are growing up using AI. I'm using AI now. I'm using it with the kids. It's crazy, you know. You got to catch on because if you don't catch on, these kids are gonna pass you by. But no worries, right? Because they're not gonna do anything with it, right? They're just following the leader with no leader. Their parents are catering to them. The jobs are catering to them. But then the jobs are just firing them because they can't control them. How can you control somebody you can't tell what to do?
It is wild. So she's talking about this article that came out, right? Where why Gen Z is unprepared for the workplace. And one of the reasons is because they lack initiative. So she spends her whole video talking about that. And she does this by a pretend scenario with an employee, but then she outlines the reasons why these Gen Zers are getting fired. Not all. Okay, the first segment, she talks about how they will not take initiative and how she no longer will be a manager. Listen to the first part.
You're getting fired left or right is because they don't take initiative. And the response is, well, you don't pay me extra to take initiative. That's not what initiative means. I.e., here's the problem. Hey, Emma, here's a task that I would like to be completed by the end of the day. Here you go. You went through the interview process. You've worked here.
One of the problems is the kids don't take initiative. Kids say, you don't pay me enough to take initiative. They obviously don't know what initiative means. Or they've been taught that they don't need to because they're just going to be pushed along anyway. Second segment.
About to end for the day. No, I couldn't finish it because I didn't know how to do it. What do you mean, Emma?
Lazy.
When we say initiative, it means, did you call somebody
Switched off the brain.
to ask them? Did you come to me? Did you Google? You just sat here all day and didn't do it because you didn't know how to do it?
Google. She was
But
on
this
Google.
is the worst part.
Cell
This
phone kid.
parallels the classroom. That person sat there because they didn't know what to do. It is so similar in the classroom. Kids will just sit there if they don't know what to do. They won't ask the teacher. They won't ask anyone around them. They will just sit there. Third segment.
And I'm going through this with my son, right? He's such a cell phone kid, very smart. When he's paying, he's taking honors math right now. I believe he's honors math. He's in 11th grade, but he's taking like 12. It's crazy. He's past 12th grade with his math. You know, the kid could be graduate. He's only 16 years old, but he doesn't take things serious. I look at his grades. He'll be failing something that he can pass. Drives me nuts for not taking initiative, right? I'll see something, classwork will be missing. It drives me crazy.
Then you add on the fact that they call out sick all the damn time. So we got a combination of you don't take the initiative to do the job. You can't retain the information on how to do the job. You get very emotional when any type of discomfort presents itself and you call out sick all the time. you're fired. And then they
Yeah.
get fired and be like,
Okay, so they're in corporate and they're out sick all the time. They're in school and a lot of them are out sick a lot. Month vacations, mental health days because the parents allow it under the guise of mental health. Initiative we've already talked. Can't retain information. Their faces are embedded in iPhones and iPads all the time, which we're seeing the effects of this. And they get over emotional when they are corrected or told what to do. Your teachers are seeing this in the classroom all the time. And the parents come to bat for their kids all the time. Let me clarify, not all parents, not all kids. Segment 4.
what do you mean? No one ever taught me. You should have shown me. And I can't help it if I get sick. There is a difference between we're trying to go against the system to create something new that not only the employer and the employee will benefit versus you just don't want to be told what to do. You just don't want to come to work. You just get mad and upset and angry anytime you don't get a gold star.
In the classroom, many students just don't want to work because they know they don't have to because they're going to get.
You know, and it shows in the job market. And when I show people what it is I do, because a lot of time you see ladies, I talk about it when I do consultations. You see ladies talk about, oh, they're not hiring anybody. I show how people in India are making $75 an hour. I show how I have at least 8-9 people trying to hire me right now. There's no jobs right now.
Pushed along, or some of their parents are going to come to their defense. And these employees get angry because they don't get a star, a gold star, not literally, figuratively. Sounds very similar to when kids are getting upset because they're not getting a trophy because they've been taught that everybody gets a trophy.
Woo, participation trophies ruined kids. I knew that those participation trophies were going to ruin kids. You remember back in the day, right? I remember I lost the basketball tournament when I was 7 years old. Got no trophy. You know what fire that put in me? I had that fire burning in my soul. I came back next year, got second place. Yes, I felt happy. I earned it. These kids don't know hardship, man.
Working with Gen Zs is their ability to challenge authority. I don't know where they get the audacity from. I need to tap into that. As in,
No,
they
you don't.
challenge authority, not in a bad way, but they ask a lot of questions. Let me put it that way. And if there's something that you've done or something coming from leadership that is not wrong, they will not just complain to you. They will go straight to leadership to go and complain to them. Someone got a bad rating, right? And this bad rating was coming from the top. She said she's not going to accept it. She wants to go and speak to whoever made that decision. At the point I was like, wait, you need to calm down because we don't want to make the wrong people angry. But then I took a step back and I thought about it that wait, this is actually a very bold move. It is a very courageous move. I should let this person go and speak to whoever made that decision. So I made him draft an email, reviewed it, and then we sent it to the person. The person was like, oh cool, this person was in leadership. He said, oh cool, he was very happy to have a conversation. He had that conversation with the person and he's still not happy, but at least now he has some closure, right? If it was me or people like us, we would say, this one, dear, let's leave it to God. I mean, that's the we should stop doing it all. If we are able to challenge certain things, especially if we know that we are not being treated right, if we are able to push back, they will know that this person, if you do them wrong, they will definitely push back, and they will know that if I push back, they will feel bad. So when they are about to treat me or do something wrong to me, they will think twice before they do it. But if you keep saying, oh, Famanyami, they will say, oh, this person, let's do it. They won't say anything. They won't push back. They won't do anything. And then people will know you as someone who doesn't really, it's not like you don't care, but someone who doesn't really push back on things. So they will treat you however they want to treat you. So let me ask you, have you also been giving it to God, or you are also tapping into the Gen Z mentality? Let's chat in our comments. I will see you in my other videos.
Yeah, you see, this is sad, right? Very sad, because they're getting fired over this. They're not getting hired over this. You wonder why it's hard to get hired at jobs? Because of things like this. They don't want to deal with you. They can't stand you. You come into a job, that's why they all go and check for your Instagram. They check for your Facebook. They check for your TikTok because they know you're saying something wrong there. And before they even hire you, they won't hire you. But then if they hire you, they find that TikTok, they turn it into Donald Trump on you. And what's Donald Trump saying?
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
Work. Gen Z just does not have a good work ethic. And I don't. I don't want to work. So don't, because how y'all gonna get mad at us when we realize even if you work yourself to the top, they will still fire you. They don't give a f. They don't care. You're just another body that works slavery work for minimum wage boy. Yes, I don't want to work in.
What are you, 17 years old?
That even if I work myself up, ain't gonna get it. Where the f is our maternity leave if y'all want us to have kids? Like, yes, we don't want to work. We don't.
You're fired. You're fired.
At a point where I just feel like I'm sacrificing my health to work my job. I am not doing so great health-wise, you know, like I'm losing weight. Right now I am sick, but I'm at work because I already called out yesterday because I wasn't feeling well. I'm still not feeling well. I'm feeling a little worse than yesterday.
Anxiety.
I just keep shivering.
Anxiety.
But yeah, it's like
They're used to hardship.
I like this job, great people, great money is helping me pay off my debt, but damn, I just hate that it's killing me in the process. Like literally, it's killing me in the process. I'm losing weight day by day. It's annoying.
You know, used to hardship.
I'm making money, so yeah.
You're fired. You're fired. You're
Why does
And
managing Gen Z
the
suck?
big conversation right now about, you know, Gen Z amongst older professionals is that Gen Z are horrible employees and they're lazy and they're disrespectful and they're demanding and they don't want to work. They don't want to come in. They don't want to show up. They don't want to be good on shift. And I am just not in agreement with that. Literally at all. These kids are some of the most well-rounded, open, respectful, genuine people that I have ever met, that I have ever managed. And that is so special. They come into work and they are ready to be with each other and learn from each other. And I will walk into my store and they're having like really intense conversations about religion and spirituality and gender identity and racism and all of these really intense, heavy, hard to digest conversations. And I am amazed constantly. And a lot of workplaces and a lot of managers do not allow that. They shut it down. It's a no touch subject. I cannot imagine being that manager. I just can't. Those conversations are so important in personal lives, but also in a work life. They are learning and sharing and teaching things to each other and teaching things to me. They are helping me become a better person. And I love that. I will always leave space for that culture within my team, within my store, no matter where I'm at. That has a home. And as a manager, it's not our...
I'd have to stop it. She takes some heavy drugs. She don't even take drugs. They call them grugs. That's how messed up she is. You got to add extra letters there. The E, the F, and the G. Grugs. What? Those they're not making you money. Have you checked your books? She lost $500,000 over the year because Gen Z was having conversation about this lady was that's not a man or woman. That's a she, he. You know, the pronouns she, he, she, me, he.
And getting women into STEM, interested in STEM, was a net positive thing. But paired with the backdrop of devaluing and delegitimizing the social sciences and the more feminized fields, you have to think about why that is. Because again, the backdrop of this societal push was job security.
All right, I gotta stop it right there, lady. That's you, right? The Gen Z push for women in STEM. You want to do that. So many ladies don't want to do it. Yes, that would be great if more ladies did it. They would get more jobs, right? There's 10 of STEM jobs. You know what you can do with STEM? You can actually do what I do. Find jobs online. You can create your own jobs. Everybody, think about how many businesses there are. You know how many people need people in STEM? You can pretty much promote yourself out there on the internet, right on YouTube, and make money. So many ways, but females won't do it. They want the cushy jobs. They get what they get. That's why they're struggling out.
Employers are reporting that this generation is the most difficult to work with.
They cannot financially afford to bend over backwards for the absolute bare minimum anymore. There are people with multiple jobs living out of their car.
You're fired. You're fired. You're fired.
My husband and I just got back from the movie theater, right? And it's one of those movie theaters where you actually sit down and they bring you food. So I ordered barbecue wings with extra ranch and waffle fries with ketchup. And so I'm waiting around for my food and everything, and they bring me my food, and what they bring me is literally just celery and just regular dry rub wings with no dipping sauce, no ranch, and fries. And the majority of people that work at this theater are Gen Z, specifically people that are between the age of like 16 to 21, I guess. So I called, one of the employees over, and I was just like, hey, are these barbecue wings? And he's just like, I don't know. How would I know? And I'm like, oh, okay. And I was like, well, I don't have any ranch. And she's just like, I'll go get you some ranch. And so I'm like, okay. So he finally brings over the ranch. The ranch smelled rancid. Like, it smelled old. Like, it was just watery and just for bringing the ranch. But I don't think these are the wings that she even ordered. Like, she asked for barbecue wings, and you guys gave her dry rub. And he just, like, runs off, like, walks off. And I'm just like, what the heck is going on? So, like, 20 minutes later, they finally bring me some, like, barbecue sauce. And I'm just like, yo, like, can you just take it off the menu? Like, can you just take it off? And he's like, okay, fine, I'll take it
You
off.
got that too.
Can you give the lady next to you, two rows down from you, your napkins? She needs napkins. I'm like,
Give her you bring your napkins.
are you seriously asking me to give a random stranger that I've touched my napkins? And he's like, whatever. He takes my napkins that are on the table and he walks over and gives it to another random lady. I don't know what the heck is wrong with Gen Z, but there's something wrong with you guys.
I don't know if it's going to be figured out, right? The future, we're not heading for a bright future. This is the end. It's coming soon. I give it another 4 years. The Lord has come back. Like, seriously, he's coming back, right? So prepare for that. Times going to be hard. Look at what's already happening. Times are hard with, I don't want to talk about what's going on in the Middle East. That's a nightmare in itself. But yeah, guys, what we're dealing with and the future, it's not looking bright. But we got to stay positive and keep on trucking. Thank y'all for watching. Peace out. Stay safe out there. See you next video.
The Iceman is coming!
Winter is here.